All right, so we just finished the wheelchair ramp, and now I ran by the hardware store and got 2 sheets of pressure treated 3/4 inch plywood. We've rented a wet slip at the local marina to put our boat, and they'll allow us to have a box at the wet slip to put stuff in. So we're gonna put like the life jackets when we come back in, the life jackets are wet, put them in the box. While we're out on the lake, we can put the boat cover in this box, so we don't, have to lug that boat cover around the lake with us everywhere. So anyway, we're gonna pull these off the trailer, make a few cuts. We're gonna do 2 feet by 6 feet, and that'll leave 2 feet on the end. And so we'll make it 2 feet in width, 2 feet in height, 6 feet long, and that'll include a lid. So shouldn't take too long. I got a little bet running with my son. He says it won't take as long as I think it'll take, because I think I'm adding in YouTube video time included. All right, here we go. All right, so what I'm doing here, like I say, this is 4 foot. Obviously all plywood I think is 4 foot. We're gonna cut it in 2 feet, which will make that in half. We're gonna come around to this side and mark this one at 2 feet. And then we will run a chalk line down through here and snap a chalk line and go from there. So I'm gonna mark that. Also, if you'll grab this end of the chalk line. What I've done here is I got these plastic tables, like from Sam's or whatever. I use these all the time. Let me thump it on my side, you thump it on your side. To me, it does a better job of holding this plywood. You just got to be careful and make sure your cut is going to be in between them, because the saw won't check up on this plastic table. So Lawson, slide that down. And we'll just make sure we're going to miss our table and we'll be good to go. Quick little thing, I've got a thing that you can set up and put it crossways and like a fence to hold it on the line, hold it straight, but I don't ever take the time. I'm too big a hurry to set that up. My cuts aren't perfect, but the more you practice, the better you get. I felt the hump in the middle. I thought I got on the table, but I didn't. We're good. All right, so that gets us a 2 feet by 8 feet. The plywood is 8 feet long from the factory. And this is pressure treated boards here, pressure treated plywood. Mark my 2 feet here. These were $37 a sheet here in North Alabama at the local hardware store. $37. I looked at, before I built it this morning, I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. One of the guys texted me and said, hey, I'm not gonna be able to make the wheelchair ramp build after all. But anyway, at 5 o'clock I woke up building this in my head, and I decided to get up and see what one would cost me if I bought one of these at Sam's or Costco or one of those places, Lowe's. I checked several websites. Best one I saw was like 180 bucks. So I thought, I can build this for 70. I'm gonna do it. All right, so I marked this one at 2 feet, and we'll cut this one off. We'll cut that one off. And we'll put all right, so this will get 2 sides, 2 ends. We'll stick them together like this. And I've got some little square pegs that are left over from handrails off a wheelchair ramp. I'll put those in the corners to reinforce it. All right, here we go. So when I used to work for the bank, we had a temporary wheelchair ramp at one of our temporary branches, like a trailer, while we were remodeling one of our branches, and we had a 40-foot wheelchair ramp going the length of the building. And I asked the guy, I said, what are y'all gonna do with a wheelchair ramp when you finish? He said, we'll throw it away. I said, well, if I bring a trailer over, can I have it? Because I build wheelchair ramps for people from time to time. And they did. They gave me every bit of that. And it was all 2x lumber. And I bet I got 200 of these things. So what I did is I took one of these, cut it in half, and I'm going to put it here under my board. And I'm going to put one under on this side. And I'll put it flush with the edge. And I'll screw to it into these. And that'll be good wood for corner making on each side. All right, so I'm gonna screw this one to this now. So I'm standing this up, make sure I get it square on this end. A lot of wobble. All right, bump this bottom out. All right, so we'll screw a couple of these in the corners, and then we'll be ready to put this end on there. All right, so what we're doing here is we're putting a hasp on to lock everything, because at the boat place, things will walk away. So we'll put this down here like this, and this closes. We'll make sure it comes on the outside of it. Push this in, and we'll put this right here, like so. So if I can hold this in one spot, use my pencil to mark my side and my top here in case I lose it. Can you hold this right here? Go on that side, hold the camera. There we go. I don't know what I was doing wrong. Like I said, then drop the lock through there and it'll be locked. So what we did to recap here is I put this board across the top here to receive these screws here. These screws. And then I put a board there to receive those screws. I haven't done that with this side or this side yet, but I'm gonna come in and piece this in. But basically, just a box. 4 walls, 2 feet by 6 feet to hold the skis, life jackets, and the boat cover. And this will work like a champ. Well, thanks for watching, and that is it for this episode. Click like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Thank you again. Hope you enjoy.